Hey everyone. So today I am going to talk about a topic that makes me a little uncomfortable to talk about, especially because I've just recently started sharing a lot of my beliefs with everyone. And I'm going to talk about it because I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about what I'm about to talk about is, okay? And what I'm about to talk about is spell work. Spell, spell work. So, a little bit about me. I've lately taken a very strong liking to the whole occult and Bruja energy, witch energy, call it for what it is. I love it. I really, am going deeper and deeper and delving deep into this entire realm of witchery. You could call it what it is. Astrology, numerology, palmistry, you name it, anything, quantum physics, anything esoteric, anything occult. Like, I wrap my head around it. I'll study it. I'll go into it. I want to know all about it. So something that I really wanted to talk about is spell work, because there is a lot of misunderstanding about what it is. There's almost like this apprehension once the word spell is put into the picture. But I would like to go into detail about what that means. So spell work and, rituals, and matter of fact, the full moon's coming up February 9th. So this is also a really good video for those of you that are really trying to improve how you do your spells and just wanting to manifest better. So spell work. Spell work is manifestation. Spell work is conjuring energy in order to get a certain outcome. It's manipulating energy to get an outcome that you desire. How you use your magic or how you do your rituals to improve your lifestyle for the betterment of the community, betterment of people, is really up to you. Hopefully you're doing great things with your powers, because I'm all for healing and I'm all for using your powers for good. Now, if you're using it for yourself to improve your life, I see nothing wrong with that, because love should be everywhere, not just in other people, but also in you. Once you exude love, once you exude happiness, once you're in a place of stability, of course you can then share that with other people. It's a ripple effect. So of course you should put yourself in a predicament that is of happiness. So spell work. How can you get the best out of spell work? Well, consistency. So it's not, sometimes it is overnight. It depends. But really, it is about consistency. Some spells take longer than others. It is about applying yourself daily, over every full moon, every new moon, to that idea. Now, if you've lost interest, if you've lost interest in something that you wanted and you've stopped applying yourself towards that specific desire or goal, then the spell will soon fade in itself. It's just like anything you do: exercise, eating, dieting, eating healthy, anything. You have to keep it going. You have to bring that energy in there. It's like constantly cooking that spell. Okay? So any spell that you do has to be consistent. That energy has to stay there. It has to be something that you really want. If it's not something you really want, the intensity of the spell, it won't be there. It won't happen, because it's all about how much you want it, how much effort you're putting towards it, and how much you believe that it will come true as well. And that's another topic. Excuse me. So, how much you believe that it will come true. If you doubt your spells, the energy fades. Spells are the best when in your mind you're like, oh yeah, this is it. I got it. I did this. That is when you will manifest that. If there's any doubt, like, what am I doing? Like, oh, this is silly. This can't happen. Then the intensity or how much energy is going into that spell, it fades. It's not there. It isn't as strong as it would be if you did believe in it. So it's very important to believe in your spells, and it's very important to be consistent. If you're going to do rituals, make sure your rituals are consistent, and depending on how you do them, if you do them every month, if you do them every week, every night, it's just like praying. Same thing. Prayer, manifesting, ritual, spell, all in the same genre. It's just that instead of praying to someone, you're thinking about what it is that you want, and you are trying to create that yourself. So that's the difference. And it takes a lot of power to create certain things. So you really have to apply yourself, and you really have to believe. So I'm all for improving the world. So I like spell work around improvement, self-improvement, mental health, improvement of health, period, in my children. So those are the type of things that I think is very important. Don't get too caught up on egotistical things, because if you manifest it, it could come with lessons that, it's a lot of altering things, and you'll have to deal with a lot of other lessons that you probably could have avoided if it's all physical and ego driven. So you really want to think about that. And also, you can't keep anyone from their free will. Those of you that do love spells or want to attract love, it has to be with if you want to attract your soulmate, that's completely fine. If you want to attract your twin flame, that's completely fine. You can manifest them. You can manifest the person that you want. That's absolutely fine. But you can't have a specific person in mind and try to force that to happen. If you do, even if it did come true, you are going to owe a whole lot of karma and generational karma. It's a lot. It's very messy. So you want to be careful with that. This is a whole nother can of worms. And one last thing, I cannot stress this. You have to believe. When I tell you, it's almost like you got to be kind of crazy. So in your mind, you have to absolutely say, this is gonna happen. Yeah, and you can't doubt it. There's so many ways to apply that energy in a spell-like way. That's a whole nother video. So I'm just talking about the rules and the principles of spell work and what it is. So, I hope this really helped for some of you that are interested in learning about spell work and what spell work is. This is my input on it, and this is my advice. And I'll be posting more videos about what type of spells have worked for me or may work for you, and how to dress your altar in a way that is beneficial and will actually help you manifest the things that you want. All right, I'm gonna go. I will see you on the full moon, and I will do a reading for you. And I'm so excited about that full moon. I really am. And make sure you are conjuring and manifesting and doing your rituals.